guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally getting around to filming my updated makeup tutorial. You guys have been requesting to see this for so long, but yeah, if you guys want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Please excuse the background, by the way. I was going to film this outside, which is way cuter, but it's way too hot still and it's really windy, so my hair would have just been going everywhere. I'm starting off with the Rhode Glazing Milk. I didn't really understand why this was so hyped up at first, and then I started using it and it really just makes your makeup go on so nicely. It is such a nice base for your makeup. I actually just ordered this to our hotel in London. I ordered it last week and they didn't send it. Like, it took them a whole week to send it. So I don't think it's gonna arrive in time, which means that my hotel in London is gonna just have to ship it to me in Australia, but that's fine. Hopefully that's all good because I need these products, and I got stuff for Remy and Tash as well. I really wanted their new yellow phone cases as well, but unfortunately that's sold out. By the way, James is in bed if you guys can see him moving around. But the second product that I just used is the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate Moisturiser, Multifunction Moisturiser. This is an amazing makeup base. I used to just use this on its own, but this and the Rhode, these two together are amazing. Like, it just really makes your skin hydrated, and I do like to be matte, but I want to look matte, I don't want to look dry, so I think using those two underneath my makeup really helps with that. Then I'm just gonna go in with my NYX micro brow pencil. It's gonna fill in my brows. I did get my brows tattooed a couple years ago and they're still very much tattooed on. I'm actually gonna laser off this end bit here. You guys are gonna see why in a second. It'll just save me this one extra step if I start doing that, but I'm just gonna basically fill in any areas that have kind of faded. I used to go in with brow gel and like really brush my brows up, but I actually kind of feel like I've been loving thinner brows recently. Next up, I'm gonna go in with this PIMBY Playing in Makeup by Yolando. This is, I think this is a foundation. I don't know if this is a foundation or a concealer, but anyway, it's in this kind of compact packaging. Because my brows are tattooed on, this is the only thing that actually like covers that tattoo. It makes me get my brows really straight. I've honestly only just started using this in the last like month, I want to say, the last couple weeks before I left for Europe. I do not know what I've been doing without it. I just feel like any other, even like the high coverage concealers that you get from the shops that I've used, just aren't high coverage enough to like really get in there. By the way, this is a shade Tan. There was another shade I actually wanted, but that was out of stock, so this was the closest to that shade. You guys see that difference, how much nicer this brow looks compared to the other one? Now I'm just gonna go in with this Morphe and M173 brush, and I'm just gonna put this on any breakouts that I currently have, any redness, because I haven't been putting that much foundation on recently, especially like being away. I just feel like it just looks a bit too cakey. For foundation, I have been loving this foundation right here, but it's a bit too light for me, so I do go in with my Kylie Skin Tint as well. Dior Forever Skin Perfect Foundation Stick. This is in the shade 3N. It's actually way too light for me right now. It might look kind of similar to my face color, but compared to my body, it is way too light. And then I go in with the Kylie Skin Tint in the shade 8WN, and I just squeeze on a little bit of that like that and blend all of that out. Also, I forgot to bring my headband with me on this trip, so I've just been having to put my hair behind my ear to do my makeup. These two together just feel amazing on the skin. It barely feels like I have anything on my skin. I love this combo. For concealer, I've honestly been loving this e.l.f. Hydrating. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. I actually just bought the Hourglass concealer for this trip and I just don't love it on me. I feel like it's just so drying. Usually I do use the Too Faced Born This Way. I've been using that for years and I just love it. I always go back to it. But this e.l.f. concealer is such a nice shade, and it's also really lightweight on the skin, and I just love the coverage. I also started using the House Labs concealer brush and I've been loving that. I really haven't been using my beauty blender that much. But sometimes you do have to be careful with the House Labs brush because it makes concealers so much more like high coverage. I used to put so much concealer on and I don't know, I feel like lately I've just been trying to do lighter makeup unless I'm like going out and getting like flash nighttime photos, but especially on holiday I feel like you really don't need it. Like when you have a nice tan, everything just looks so much better. I'm gonna go in with my same foundation brush with nothing else on it because I can't be bothered opening my beauty blender right now. So we're just gonna use this to kind of marry everything together. Then I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced cream bronzer in the shade Chocolate Caramel. This is one of my favorite bronzing sticks I've ever used in my life. And I'm using the Patrick Ta for contour face brush. I love this brush. When I first started using it, I didn't really love it, but I feel like you just need to practice with it a little bit because one side of the brush is a little bit denser than the other side, and I just kind of felt like it was a bit too much. I'll tilt the brush onto the less dense side to blend things out, and I feel like that looks way nicer and it blends things out nicer, but I think I was just using it wrong at the start. But it really is such a nice, precise brush. And then I just go on my outer corner like this with the denser side of the brush. I don't know what I ever did without this brush, to be honest. I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush again just to blend around the edges. This is a new product again that I've been loving recently. This is the Reforme powder lip in the shade Teddy, and I kind of use this as like a multi-purpose contouring product. So I do it around my lip like that, on my nose as well to contour that. One of my most asked questions is if I've had my nose done, and I mean it is a compliment, but it's literally all just how I contour my nose. I do have a small nose naturally, and like the side profile is nice, but I contour the shit out of the front, and that definitely helps for it to look the way that it does. And you guys will see what I do after as well with powder to like just clean it up and make it look even more snatched. Again, I'm just gonna go in with my concealer brush, clean up the edges a little bit. Okay, now we can move on to probably one of my favorite steps. And this hasn't changed for the last few years. I love this product. This is like one of my top 5 holy grail products of all time. This is the Huda Beauty loose powder in the shade Banana Bread. And I just like to go in with a little powder puff like this, like a pointed one. And I start on the side of my nose, right up to that line. And then whatever's left of the product, then I go out with that. And then I go on my chin. This is what I mean by I like to mattify my face, but later on, because I feel like when I go in with like too many mattifying products and then do this step, my face just looks so dry and just, yeah, not nice. And I'm gonna go in with this brush right here from Jessup actually. I think I got it from Amazon. And I don't know, but you can get any kind of like tapered little brush like this anywhere really. And I just go over my eyes, dust off the excess next to my nose. Guys, it's really hot in this room, I swear. Freaking aircon just, it doesn't work. This is how we are looking so far. Now for bronzer, I've actually really been loving this recently. I'm pretty sure this is actually just a face powder, and I got it in one of the darker shades. This is the Perfecting Translucent Powder, shade 6N from Dior. And I like to go in with this Mario F2 brush with this thicker side. And I just go into the product. And this is what I've been using recently to bronze up my skin. And I love it because it's a nice neutral shade and it doesn't make me look too orange. I feel like it just goes with like my skin tone on my body a lot better. Like, you guys can see how much darker my body is compared to my face. But yeah, I just use this to bronze all over. And then I go in with my Mario EF1 brush. And again, that thicker side. Grab a bit of product and I just put that on where I put that cream bronzer before basically. Then I go in with another bronzer because again, my face is lighter than my body. So we're trying to kind of match it a little bit. This is the Morphe M530 brush and my Benefit Hoola Caramel Bronzer. Use a bit of that as well. And then I'll also take, this is a little Morphe brush that just came in a set that I bought ages ago when I left my makeup brushes at home. Re-contour my nose. Like re-intensify that. Like that. Go on a little bit here again. Under my lip. Oh, another step I've really been loving, which I only just started doing before I left, is been going in with this Hourglass. I actually just got the mini because they didn't have the shade in the full size, which is fine because I wanted to see if I liked it first anyway. This is the Hourglass Brilliant Strobe Light Powder. And I actually really love it. Sometimes I'll even just use this instead of highlighter, like when I don't want that like extra highlighted look. But I basically just put this on the high points of my face and it just makes your skin look really nice. Sometimes I just feel too matte and that really helps with bringing me back to life a bit. Go-to holy grail highlighter is the Flaunt highlighter from Rare Beauty. I love her highlighters so much. Like, this has been through a lot, but again, it just blends into the skin so nicely. Go in with a little brush and I just apply a bit onto the inner corner, under the brows, on my nose. A lot of people don't like when I do this, but I like it. And again, it kind of helps make my nose look even smaller when you do the highlighter, but we are going to blend it out a little bit because sometimes it is a bit much. On my lip, Huda Beauty lip contour stain in the shade Toasty Brown. Guys, this color and this product is 10 out of 10. It does dry out really quickly though, so I kind of just do little sections and blend as I go. But it's actually amazing. If anyone has any dupes for this exact shade, like in another lip stain, let me know because I feel like I'm gonna run out of this soon. I've been using it every single day since I got it. Now back onto the eyes. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario Master Matte's eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with a nice big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M504, and I'm just using these two colors on the side here, and again just re-intensifying that line out here. Going in with a little angled eyeshadow brush. This is from Dress Up again, from that little set that I've had for ages. And I always go in with a dark brown eyeshadow to map out my winged eyeliner line. My actual winged liner, this is the NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade Graham Cracker. And I also use this like to give myself little moles as well. For some reason this one is just not pigmented to the last one I had, but that's alright. I'm gonna be overboard there. So I naturally have a little mole there, which I just like to bring back to life. And I just give myself a few extra freckles. If I have like a little pimple or something, I also like to turn that into a freckle. Maybelline Sky High Sensational Mascara. And I'm just going to pop this on my lashes. I did get my lashes lifted before I left for Europe, so they're at like that 3-week point where they kind of start going a little bit frazzled, but that's alright. Usually I also would, if I was at home, put like outer lashes on, and I love to use the Own Beauty lash clusters, or I found these lash clusters on Amazon as well, which I'll link. It's already in my storefront, but that's always down in the description box, and they're called manga lashes, and they're like that anime kind of vibe. And I just put 2 on the outer edges and it looks so nice, but I don't really feel like I need it like being on holiday. I don't know, sometimes when I put that on I just feel like I have way too much makeup on. Almost forgot the blush. I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to my makeup. Like I don't know, I just keep going back and forth everywhere. But this is the MAC Pinch of Marrakesh Glowy Play Cushiony Blush, and this is a really nice like reddy toned blush. Like it makes you look very sun-kissed, which I love these kind of shades on my skin, especially if I'm on holiday like I am now. It just looks really nice. Like that. And then this is the point where I'll go in and clean up my brows. And once you put like your foundation on and stuff, it kind of, powder and whatnot, it kind of goes over your brows a little bit. So I just kind of re-intensify them a little bit. We're almost done. For lip liner, I'm just using my Mecca Super lip liner, which this with that Huda Beauty lipstone is a match made in heaven. It looks so nice together. Like, what do you mean? My lips are feeling a little bit dry, so I'm actually going to go in with the Huda Faux Filler Jelly Oil in the shade Juicy Pink Lady. Again, this is a new favorite of mine. I've got 2 shades in this. 10 out of 10 as well. And it smells amazing too. Last step now is setting spray. This one is the famous one from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this. I've loved it for so long. If you ever feel like your skin's looking really dry, this is amazing to just bring everything together, bring everything back to life. And there we have it, you guys. Here is the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.